Alright folks, welcome back to another stream. This one is clearly Sporting Lisbon versus Aberdeen in another Europa League qualifier. Currently Motherwell are taking on Hapoel Beersheva and I believe they are losing in that tie. And Riga are taking on Celtic. Both ties away from home, and I don't really believe that any of the Scottish teams are currently ahead in any of their games. We'll obviously look at that throughout the night as it's of massive importance. Just as a wee kind of thing, I've got a wee new microphone here, so if it is indeed working, let me know because that's obviously key to the full stream. I can easily just unplug the microphone if it's not working up to the standards, but I believe that it is working. I done it for a podcast the other night, so I'm kind of hopeful that it'll at least put up the quality a bit. And you can see around me that there's a bit of a different kind of layout and stuff. Got a bit of Europa League branding above me, and I've got the Europa League trophy there. Down in the corner there. And for different games, no matter what the kind of competition is, I'm going to have different layouts for the trophy. Again, I'm forgetting what the point. With the trophy changing every time depending on what stream I'm doing for what competition. So just look forward to that in the future. If there's any kind of Portuguese people coming in here, like this guy here, obviously this is going to be in a full English stream. So if you want to kind of follow the game, you might need to be kind of a bit clued up on your English. But I've got the stream down there. I've purchased through Aberdeen TV, so if anyone is wondering how I'm watching the game, then that is how. So that's kind of how it is. I'm not watching through a kind of illegal stream or anything. So there's probably other ways that you can watch it yourself if you can just find one online. But I'm watching through Aberdeen TV. As it's just the easiest way to keep track of the game. So the game's not quite kicked off yet. Obviously, there's 8 minutes until kick-off. So we'll go over the lineups before the game obviously starts. So we've got the Sporting Lisbon lineup looking a bit like this. In goal, we've got Adan. And then we've got 13, Luis Neto. 4, Coates. 3, Fidal. 24, Pedro Porro. 37, Vendel. 8, Mateus Nunes. 5, Nuno Mendes. 19, Thiago Thomas. 10, Vieto. And 77, Giovanni or Jovan. And in the Aberdeen lineup, we have number 1, Joe Lewis. Number 2, Shea Logan. Number 3, Thomas Hoban. Is that his name? 14, Ash Taylor. 4, Andrew Considine. 15, Dylan McGeoch. Number 40 is Roy McCrory. 17, Johnny Hayes. 19, Lewis Ferguson. 11, Ryan Hedges. And 50, Marley Watkins. So we've got a kind of good lineup for Aberdeen. They're certainly one of their strongest lineups that they always tend to put out. But in terms of Sporting Lisbon, I do know obviously that they've had a lot of coronavirus situations recently. So there is the case that some of their main players are missing for this game, which is obviously a key thing for them. It's a massive game for both clubs, this getting through to the next round of a Europa League competition. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that regard and see if Sporting Lisbon's quality is any further down due to their kind of missing players that are there. So I've actually got a bit of an update to show you. Just give us a second. 1885 dog. It's Lola, that's her name. There she is on the stream. Say hi, hello. Are we bark? No. But aye, there is my new dog. If you're a regular of the channel, you'll know that I kind of wanted a dog for a while, and there she is. Lovely wee thing. So Jackawawa, a mixture between a Jack Russell and a Chihuahua. She's absolutely tiny, as you can clearly see on the camera. But aye, that's that. Is my webcam having issues again? Because if it is, that is a shambles. I don't know why it's even like having these issues, because there's no reason why it should be. Well, it is. I'm seeing the live stream on YouTube and for some reason the stream quality is low. honestly don't know why, lads. Like, it's so frustrating because everything else is like tip top, and then it's just this. It's really frustrating stuff. Honestly don't know what to tell you. But anyway, the game is around about 5 minutes away. Hopefully the camera will just sort itself. I promise I am not filming on a potato. I am filming on just a laptop webcam, but for some reason the quality just isn't really linking up. I can see myself perfectly on StreamYard, for example. That's where I watch the stream from because I can see the live comments come in from that platform and change the scores, etc., etc. But on YouTube, it really does not look great. I'm really sorry about it. The only thing I can try and do is maybe move my laptop a bit further away because I'm obviously watching a stream on that. So I suppose I could try and move it across to the other side of the room. So just give me a second, then I'll try that, and hopefully that'll kind of fix things a wee bit. Right, we'll see what that does. So there we go. And as we speak, Jenny is coming back in. She's been a bit second best to that dog recently. Only got it last night, so there is that. So hopefully the stream will up its quality. I'm really sorry for that. Ultimately, I just genuinely don't know how to fix it. It's just one of those things. Like it should be better than that, but for some reason it's just not, and I can't explain it. So we've went through the team news. It's a very strong Aberdeen team, and I don't really know enough about Sporting Lisbon to say whether that's a strong team or whether they're missing key players. So that's that. Konza trying to watch the game himself. Well, I've purchased through Aberdeen TV, and that's pretty much it. That's the easiest way, in my view, anyway. Show the Sporting Lisbon team, says Lewis. Right, I will do. It is Adana, Luis Neto, Coates, Fidal, Pedro Porro, Vendel, Matias Nunez, Nuno Mendes, Tiago Tomas, Vieto, and Giovanni. So if anybody is clued up and speaks English on the Sporting Lisbon team, let me know if that is a strong team or not. Because as I say, I just don't really have much of a clue when it comes to their whole setup. So this is very frustrating though, because I genuinely have no idea why my stream quality is that low. Like, the camera is perfect on what I'm watching. So I'm seeing some live comments come through here saying someone saying quite a weak team from Sporting, but then someone else saying that's a solid Sporting team. So that's that. Coates played for Liverpool. I know that name actually. There is a couple of names in that lineup that I do actually know of, roughly. I heard something about Adan, the goalie, being an ex-Atletico Madrid goalkeeper. Luis Neto, I've heard the name of. Coates, as you said, used to play for Liverpool. I've heard the name Pedro Porro, but I don't know where from. Vendel, I've heard he's quite a good player. And then it's just kind of names that I've heard here and there after that. Matias Nunez, I feel like I've heard that in commentary from time to time. So it's just names like that I'm hearing. Bye. Mullowell down to 10 men and a penalty to the other team. Unfortunately for Mullowell, it does look like they're going out of Europe at this point. So shame, because they've done well to get to that point, but ultimately, it is what it is. Sometimes the Scottish teams just come up against a team in Europe that's just a bit too good quality for them. Again, though, like this webcam quality is horrendous. Hopefully you're able to put up with it. If you are fine with the webcam quality and you're happy listening to me, because you may just have it on in the background. You might not be listening and watching at the same time. So if you're fine with that, hit the like button and show me some support here, because I'm really struggling with this webcam stuff. I have no idea why it's being poor quality. So we'll just need to wait and see. Hopefully it improves itself throughout the night. But as I said, do hit the like button. It massively helps me out. In the last few streams, we've had a good amount of wee donations put in to the stream itself. So that is an option. I think it's just below the chat box where you can send in something into the chat. And obviously, if you send in money, you're going to get your comment read out, definitely. So if you want added incentive, there it is. So there you go. Kid Whale just commented saying, let's try and count how many frames he's in. Funny stuff. Where's the dog? Luke says, I actually showed the dog about 5 minutes ago on the stream. Obviously, you've just come in a bit late. Hopefully, we'll be able to get her back on sooner rather than later. Jenny's went away through the living room. She's been at work all day, so she's going to go and spend a bit of time with her now. And we'll hopefully get her back on soon. I've noticed that the webcam is back now. Lewis has just updated me there. Hopefully that'll stay like that for the majority of the stream anyway. I think I might be a wee bit behind on the game when it's going on. Hopefully I don't miss any goals, etc. But I may actually go and try and look into something else here, so bear with me a second. I'll try and keep you entertained and updated whilst I'm doing something just across here on the other laptop that I've got set up. So how are all you guys thinking about your own seasons, your own team seasons? Let me know what team you support and give me your kind of thoughts on kind of just your thoughts for the season ahead. Obviously, it's going to be a tough season for clubs. Obviously, the recent news that fans won't be able to probably go into stadiums until around March time, which is just shocking to me. Like I don't know how clubs are actually going to survive unless there's massive amounts of money put into the clubs themselves, by the SPFL and stuff like that. So, I mean, I hope that we can get through it and eventually get back to stadiums. But to think that, in March, it's now, like, by the time that the 6-month period from now happens, it's going to have been a year that we've been in this COVID-19 situation and not been able to go to any games. It's crazy stuff. But anyway, we move on. It's not the greatest of scenarios, but it's kind of what we have to live with. So at the moment, I'm going to have a look online and see if I can get a better kind of view of the game. I was a wee bit behind there, so I'm trying to just figure out a couple of things with Wi-Fi issues and stuff. Dundee United hoping for a top 6 push. I mean, quite right, I suppose. There's no real reason why any team below that kind of top 4, maybe 5, shouldn't be looking for a top 6 finish. So I go for it, I say. There's definitely no reason why you shouldn't really go for that type of finish. Dundee United are capable of it. They maybe need a wee bit more quality in the final third, I think. They need to sign a few players and stuff like that. But over the piece, I think they've a decent enough squad to finish high up. And obviously a key component of that is Shankland, who came back at the weekend and scored an absolute cracker of a goal. And, I mean, if he's going to be scoring goals like that, then you'll probably do well and you might end up finishing in that kind of top 6 area, because there's no real reason why not. Let's see what other people are talking about. And you're saying in a few signings, to be fair. I agree with that. Celtic 10 in a row, hopefully. Obviously, that's the aim for Celtic. Obviously, that's the aim for Celtic this season. And that's just basically all it is. Has to be that for Celtic and nothing else. We have a Hearts fan in here saying that he's watching someone else's stream, doing a watch along the Spurs game in the Europa League. Fingers crossed for all the Scottish clubs going through Not looking likely now. Nah, I didn't think that all the Scottish clubs will be going through at this point. Unfortunately, doesn't look very likely. So I've got to admit, I'm having a few issues here. This is not going to plan as I thought it would have went. However, we move. We'll continue with the stream and chat regardless. All right, Ben's son from Morton Echo. Cheers. Hello. How are you doing this fine day? You're in every stream. Congratulate you for coming into another stream and being a part of it once again. I appreciate it. What's my prediction for this game? Asks Kid Whale. I'm really hoping for an Aberdeen win, obviously, but it's not like in no way is it set on this one. They are playing a team that is high caliber, even with people missing. So that's that. I think Sporting Lisbon are going to be hard opponents for Aberdeen to face. So Ryan Gold hat-trick, lol. I think he plays for Firenze now anyway. So he won't be getting on the score sheet at all in this one, to be fair. If you've got any other questions, just feel free to fire them in at any point and I'll get them answered. That's basically that. This is really not going to plan though tonight, lads. The Wi-Fi is not doing us justice, and just simple things not going my way. But we will move on. There's no way it's 1-0 Sporting already. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. So just hold the bus on the live score updates, lads. I'm falling behind. I've been asked to get the dug in, so before you go and gear our dinner, I'll try and get her in once more, and then you can go and gear our dinner. Here, dear. There she is. The wee Doug.
Who's that?
Look on the screen. Oh.
Who's that?
That's Lola. A lot of you obviously haven't seen her. So there she is. Totally wee thing. And Morton Echo there with House 1885 Doug. Fantastic, clearly. You just saw her there. She's been doing quite well. Only been here for less than a day. Like literally this time yesterday we were travelling through to get her. So I've got the game on, lads. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the quality of my webcam and stuff, because I don't know if that was what was causing the issue before. But at the moment it's 0-0 still. So whoever said 1-0 Sporting, like Kid Whale, unless I'm behind in the stream, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But Rafa Sloman, Don's doing 1-0. Right, what minute are you lot in? I'm in the 6th minute. I've just put the stream back on, and I'm in the 6th minute. I assume that, well, people are coming in and saying it's 1-0. I'll wait to hear, because I can't speed up this streamer in, and this is just how it is, really, to be fair. Goal 7 minutes, so I'm away to see it. I'm around about maybe a minute behind you guys by the sounds of it. Some other people in about 8 or 9 minutes, so it's going to be a couple of minutes delay, maybe the odd kind of mishap here and there. But Sporting are obviously on the attack here. Shot, pass through. Goal. Good wee attack for them there. Good ball through and in the back of the net. And unfortunately for Aberdeen, that's the start they did not want. That is indeed a horrendous start. And it's an early goal for Sporting. And unfortunately, that is now another team within Scottish football tonight that is down 1-0 away from home. So hopefully we can get back into it, because we want to see our Scottish teams doing well in Europe. And unfortunately, with that start, Aberdeen clearly not doing the coefficient any favours at this point. But we move on. It's still early in the game. There is cases to be had that teams can score too early. So we can go off of that optimism and hope that the Dons can get back into it. But aye, 1-0 Sporting Lisbon, and it's kind of what you expect with this sort of dynamic of game. Sporting Lisbon are a very good team, as I said, regardless of how many players they're missing. They've got a good squad overall anyway, so they are going to kind of provide a lot of threat to Aberdeen. But there's your wee score update at the side of me. Obviously, you're ahead of me, so you get these score updates anyway. But it's 1-0 Sporting. And it was scored by Thiago Thomas. I've moved the laptop away from me again because I've just went back on the YouTube and checked my kind of webcam quality, and it does not seem to be performing very well. So if you've just saw me move over, it was to put the laptop away so that it didn't interfere with the webcam. Obviously, doing 2 streams at once maybe isn't ideal. So hopefully the webcam will now start to figure itself out because the stream is a wee bit further away. It was perfect when I was trying to go in between streams. So, aye. For anyone that's saying update the scoreboard, I will do my best. I will definitely do my best. But it looks like I'm behind you lot in the game. So, or if you're just getting live updates from somewhere else, someone is saying that it's a goal to Celtic odds on Edward. I'll get my phone and check this type of stuff because that is the quickest way for me to check it. But if it's a goal for Celtic, that's good stuff. Obviously, them going through is a key one for Scottish football. They're one of the teams that are obviously going to regularly go further in the competition, and to see them start picking up results in Europe is obviously going to be a good thing for the coefficient, as we always say. But it is full time in the. It's no long went full time in the Celtic game actually, and El Yunusi scored the goal, not Odsonne Edouard, but El Yunusi. So, aye, good result for Celtic, and through to the next round in Europa League qualifying. Only 1-0 against Riga. I mean, I don't know what I think about that one specifically, to be honest, because obviously Riga aren't the greatest of teams. But anyway. To be fair, footballer, right? You said 1-0 and all that. I didn't know the score for these games. I'd kind of rushed into doing this because I was looking after the Doug. And I was trying to leave it until the last minute to come through and sort the stream out and stuff. So, you're fine. It doesn't matter. 1-0 Sevilla versus Bayern. Really? So that'd be some result. In fact, aye, in the Super Cup. Nah, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're a liar. Lewis Adam, 1885 Doug. You've missed her twice, pal. She was in earlier at the very start, and then she was in 3 minutes ago. She will come back in at different points in the stream, but she's been very hyper all the day, so just give her a wee bit of a rest every now and then. Even though she's running a bit, the news she's right in front of me, but I'll just leave it to run a bit for a bit. Unfortunately, I think people are dropping out the stream just because of the quality of the stream, and that I'm maybe just a bit behind other people, but it's really unfortunate. I can't really do much about it, to be fair, because I need to have the stream on to watch the game, and it seems to be interfering on my webcam. I don't know what to do about that type of thing, honestly. It is a real shame, but you just try and deal with it, lads. It didn't happen in the first stream that I did, and I'm pretty sure it didn't happen in the second one either. It happened in the one with Hammy a couple of nights ago, but it didn't happen with his. So it's very strange. My Wi-Fi is very good, so I don't know why it's suddenly starting to be dodgy. 1885 baby soon. No, that's not anything that's currently in the pipeline. But one day it will happen. Oh, it is now 1-0 Sevilla. I'm getting the updates on my BBC Sport app now. I'm probably best to just keep you updated with the scores in the Aberdeen game that way, to be fair. And then just see the goal when it comes on the screen. Albeit the stream itself is actually causing problems to the quality of the webcam. But we move on. We'll try and keep up with you as much as possible, and as I've said before, a few years are a few minutes ahead of me, so you can keep us updated. And then, as I said, I can just see the goal go in, and I can keep you. For the people who aren't watching the game or able to get updates, I'll be able to keep them updated on what actually happened. I'm currently in the 13th minute, I do believe. Just started in the 13th minute, so let me know roughly where you guys are in comparison to that. But Aberdeen obviously 1-0 down. It's not the greatest of starts for Scottish football tonight. A wee tip over the bar for the Sporting keeper there. Had to make sure. Long cross for Aberdeen. Didn't really mean it to be a shot. I'm not going to say he meant that at all. But it's ended up in a corner for Aberdeen. And it's Ryan Hedges to take it. He's passed it out wide, and it's another cross into the box and safely gathered by the Sporting keeper. My quality is back now, it's clear. Fantastic stuff. And the stream is still on, so hopefully that'll stay as it is. As I said, the only issue then is going to be me being a couple of minutes behind you guys, but hey ho, we move on. Thank you, Vision Xander, for saying that I'm a goat. No big fan of goats. Channel shout out for the stream. Aye, It's Stuart is coming on an episode of SPFL Predictions versus my subscribers tomorrow. He's going to be the only contributor this week, so good to get him on, and I look forward to having him on the channel. And there's his channel on the screen right now. Just It's Stuart. He's a Hearts fan, so he'll be bringing you all good Hearts content this coming season as they try and get promotion back into the Premiership. If you're interested in Scottish football or Hearts content, then It's Stuart is your man. Kid Wales saying the frames come and go, Ben. There's nothing you can do about it. It literally is that. Like, unfortunately, it's just going to have to be something that we deal with all night. Lewis Adam, you doing the halftime news report? Not today. I did, as I said, I've just had to prioritise the Doug in the first kind of 24 hours having her. So there'll be nothing like that at half time. But I might go onto the BBC Sport website and just kind of read stuff out and chat to you about stuff. There'll be no graphics, but we can certainly sit and chat about stuff. And you can also get in questions at half time if needs be as well. Thoughts on one game a season, Osman Slow? Aye, that's an interesting one. He's away on kind of like a wee trial period with Dundee. You know, he's at least training with them. So that is definitely an interesting one. I'm not convinced that he's going to really be any type of player for Dundee, whether he goes to sign for them or not. I wouldn't advise Dundee to sign a player like Osman Slow if I was part of that discussion. I'm not, so I'll leave it up to them. But I certainly wouldn't be worried about facing Osman Slow if Dunfermline come up against him. Cameron Films, keep up the content, mate. Loving the streams. Cheers, Cameron. Thanks for coming in regularly. And for anyone that is in here regularly and obviously sees the quality and stuff and appreciates the effort and stuff, there's the option to donate to the YouTube channel. It is appreciated very, very much, and you're obviously guaranteed to get your comments shown on screen that way, because obviously it'll be a money donation, etc., etc. I've invested in a monthly kind of subscription to StreamYard in order to bring the kind of better quality streams in terms of the graphics anyway. Maybe not so much the webcam quality, but certainly the graphics to you. So if you are like interested in just kind of donating a wee bit to the channel, then I would appreciate that. Who scored for Lisbon? It was Thiago Thomas, I believe that was his name. It was a nice ball through from one of the midfielders, I believe, behind the Aberdeen defence, put through, and a slot away past Joe Lewis. Pretty simple stuff, but good play for Sporting Lisbon, and as I mentioned before, just shows their quality that they've got. Because even with a kind of depleted squad due to the coronavirus stuff that's went on with them, they've got better quality players than Aberdeen. I don't think there was any denying that. And there's confirmation, Thiago Thomas scored for Sporting Lisbon. So there's your update on that one. Cheers to Jordan Nelson for just subscribing. Love that. Lewis McIndo or Macindo. Love the streams, mate. Cheers, man. Do you have a do you have a soft spot for any English teams? Soft spot, I suppose, is the word you'd say for it. Support, nah. I have a soft spot for teams that I've been to. Like I like Blackpool. It's a good atmosphere when I went there. Obviously, their recent struggles in like the sort of last decade or so with their owners and stuff. In the last few seasons, they've come out the other side of that, and their fans really love the club now. And it's a good atmosphere in there, and I just thought it was a great day out. There is a video on the channel of when I went to that game. So if you're interested in seeing why I've got a wee soft spot for Blackpool, then go and watch that video itself. It's just in the Matchday Vlogs playlist on the channel if you're interested. And Cameron Ferns comes in here saying, did you see the own goal from our Ayers left back at the weekend? Indeed I did. And comedy stuff. Still an Albion running 2-0 against you isn't a good look. I don't know what the squads look like, to be honest. But certainly that's not a good look, and that own goal was something about a wee bit spectacular in itself. But I did see he's went on to then beat a St Mirren XI again. I don't really know the lineup that came in for St Mirren in that game, but getting beat for Ayr United 6-0 isn't a good look for them either. Name the player, Ryan Gold. Where is he now? He's at Firenze in Portugal, just promoted out of the second division, I do believe. Thoughts on Partick Thistle's squad this season? I think it's going to be good enough to win the league, to be honest. Falkirk are building a good squad as well. There's no denying that. I'm not going to sit here and be biased against Falkirk just because I'm a Dunfermline fan and we've got a bit of rivalry, obviously, with Falkirk. But I do think that Partick have got a really good squad and are probably the most set to go and get promoted. So we'll wait and see on that one. As Aberdeen have a wee chance there, cut across the box, but straight into the arms of Adan, the Sporting goalkeeper. Partick have just signed Declan Glass. Is that correct? I will check that on Twitter. I'm assuming you're not lying, but I would like to see the wee announcement myself. Indeed, they have. Declan Glass joins on season-long loan from Dundee United. That's a good signing for them. A club like Cove Rangers, for example, who have just joined League One as well, will know about him. Big part of their success last season in League Two and getting promoted, obviously. So that's a good signing for Partick and one that will add a lot of quality to the middle of the park for them going into this League One season. It's that type of quality that I'm meaning, I just think they've got that extra bit in order to get promoted ahead of Falkirk, although it probably will be a tight battle. Cameron Ferns back here, not a good look at all. Kerr made 7 subs against Stirling at half time, then the 6-0 win against St Mirren was welcome. Obviously St Mirren will probably have been playing a similar team to your second half team then. St Mirren will have not been playing anywhere near their first team because obviously they're in the middle of a season and they wouldn't want to be kind of jeopardising the Premiership season for the sake of a friendly against Ayr. But it's as you say, it's not a good look to lose against Stirling Albion at home and not score a goal, especially when stronger players were doing playing in that first half. So it's a bit of a shocker there, but a 6-0 win over St Mirren, regardless of what St Mirren 11 you played against. Good stuff. Thoughts on Dundee's squad for this season? Clearly you're a Dundee fan because your profile picture is indeed Dens Park. Dundee's squad is pretty good quality, to be fair. They're obviously going to be challenging for those playoff positions. A lot of their fans are obviously saying that they're going to go for promotion automatically. But in my opinion, that's going to be Hearts and then teams like Dunfermline, my team obviously, Dundee, Ayr United, Inverness, those type of teams, they're all going to be in and around that area. So it'll just be really who can keep consistent form throughout the season. Hopefully for my sake it's Dunfermline, but in terms of Dundee's squad, they've got quality players like Charlie Adam joining the ranks. They've got Lee Ashcroft, who they signed for Dunfermline after he was released, and turned down a deal with us, I think, in January as well. So There is quality players in that Dundee squad, and they already had quality players for last season anyway. Paul McGowan, etc., etc. So the baller. So there is optimism for Dundee fans going into this season. And we'll just need to wait and see who can, as I said, provide that consistency throughout the season. Are there any other names you'd like to see join Dunfermline? Fraser Murray would be the obvious one because he is training with us and he obviously scored that very good goal against Stennismuir. Nice wee player to have in the squad, I think. I think it's probably one that we're looking to get over the line anyway because he's been with us for a good few weeks. In terms of other players, I'm not too sure. Like, we've got a decent enough squad. We just need to bring in loan players and they need to be the right quality. And I don't really know what kind of areas we really do still need to look at because we've got quite a deep squad at the moment. Maybe another striker, perhaps. But apart from that, I'm not too sure, to be fair. Especially realistic ones, because it's hard to know in our market because we're looking at kind of players that aren't the obvious ones. It's not like we're Man United and can say, "Oh, let's just go and buy Jadon Sancho." Morton Echo. You seen Morton's got that Paul Fosu-Mensah on trial, and we've got a boy from Oldham on trial as well as the next couple of weeks. Could be interesting. He's going to make signings. He's kind of need to. It's like it's getting closer and closer to the season. He's need to start building a decent enough squad. I'm not going to put any bets on that Fosu-Mensah's brother to be any good because you just need to be realistic with these type of things. It's not exactly the most nailed on thing for his brother to be any good. But boy for Oldham on trial might be decent. It's kind of the unknown with players for England. So that's that. Sam Meek, there he is, £2 donation. Cheers, boy. Up the big Joachim Voto. What a man he was, eh? I can see that your profile picture is indeed Lawrence Shanklin celebrating there. So, Joachim Voto came on in the playoff quarter-final against you in the last dying minutes after we were 1-0 up as well. What a shambles, man. Or did you go 1-0 up and we equalised? It was one or the other. But anyway, the game ended up being that much of a shambles that we stuck a big centre half up top at the end of the game and lost. But up the Joachim Voto and up the Sam Meek for sending the £2. Where do you think Aberdeen will finish in the league? Third or fourth should be around about the area you're aiming for, eh? It's always that type of area that Aberdeen should be aiming to go for these days. They're a good quality squad. They've got really good players in the team for Scottish football level. So I expect Aberdeen to be finishing probably third this season, considering Motherwell's start. Obviously, Motherwell did just pip Aberdeen to a win at the weekend, 3-0 at Pittodrie, but I just think Aberdeen have got a really good quality squad and will prove to be a wee bit more consistent than Motherwell over the course of a season. And again, lads, sorry for the webcam stuff. Obviously, there's been kind of a lot of dropouts from the initial number of people that were in this stream. That'll most likely be down to the fact that my webcam is really poor quality, and I genuinely just don't know what to say about it. It's hopefully you're just listening to it in the background and you've got something else on, because I really hope that it's not putting you guys off. Because I'm really wanting this to continue to go well, and if it's going to keep becoming an issue, then I may need to rethink the games that I do and not watch as many live stream games and just stick to games that are on the telly and stuff, like actual telly. Because it doesn't really seem to be much an issue when the game was on actual telly the other night. So we'll keep that in mind for future streams, but we're just going to have to deal with this webcam stuff tonight. I don't know what to tell you. It's so frustrating because we didn't have anyone else on the stream to have a better quality setup. But cheers to the boys for sending in money anyways. There's Luke Forsyth coming in with a £1.99 donation. Thanks, pal. Obviously you're saying Reece Cole isn't coming back. He's been linked to a couple of our clubs, eh? Be interesting to see where he goes because he was definitely a good player. I'll always remember that free kick that he scored when we were, I think 5-0 up, perhaps maybe 4-0. And Reece Cole steps up there with 30 yards and wallops in a free kick against us at East End Park, even though he's lost 5-1 that day. That was a cracking goal for him. And he was a really good player over the course of the season. But you'll be gutted you can't get him back. But I think overall, Partick are going to have a really good quality squad for League One. It's obviously a completely different kettle of fish to playing it against Championship teams. The majority of the teams in League One are going to be part-time, so there's going to be that massive difference in fitness. So we'll wait and see. But I've got high hopes for Partick this coming season, put it that way. Rangers 2-0 up against Willem. That's a good result for Scottish football. Aye. Willem, I believe it's Willem Sve. I think that's how you say it. I think you say the two like Sve. So stick with that. Willem Sve 0, Rangers 2, Tavernier with a penalty, and Kent 3 minutes later getting on the score sheet. So that's a good one for Scottish football. Fernando Lima, greetings, Sporting fan and obviously expecting a victory. Should talk apart. My memory takes me back to 1984 on a semi-final of the now extinct Cup Winners' Cup. Hello, I don't know where you're watching from. Hopefully you're watching from kind of Portugal area. That would be an interesting one to have a guy from Portugal watching. But if you're a Sporting fan, thank you for tuning in. Again, apologies for the quality of my webcam and stuff. I can't really do much about that. It is kind of the stream interfering with me streaming to you guys. But we move on and we continue bringing the content. Cheers for that, and good memories for yourself, obviously, in the Cup Winners' Cup back in the day. A bit cheeky of me to say this, but maybe you are a wee bit showing your age with that one, because I certainly was not alive when the Cup Winners' Cup was around. But obviously, good old days of when football was such a simpler sport. Quality content, mate. Keep up. Cheers, Luke, and again, once again, cheers to Luke and cheers to Sam for the £2 donations each. Lewis, decent number of fans at the Super Cup final, is it? I believe that was one of the test events that UEFA were going to try and do, so that makes sense, them being there. It's good to see stuff like that still happening around the world, even though, it's not looking likely to be in the UK anytime soon, but hopefully one day we will get back, and it'll be all like it was before. I can see my webcam's coming a wee bit back, so hopefully it sticks that way. We're getting there. It's weird though how I'm on StreamYard and it's perfect quality, but then you go on YouTube and it just drops that bit. So that's that. I suppose can't really do much about it. If you are watching the stream though, please do drop a like. Obviously, as I'm saying, apologies for the quality, etc., etc. I have seen a couple of dislikes come in on the stream, but if you're enjoying it and you're enjoying at least the effort that I'm putting in terms of bringing you updates and stuff, then please do drop a like on the stream. It would be much appreciated. We've hit 150 likes in the last few streams. Tonight may not be the same, but I would much appreciate it if you could drop us a bit of love and just press that like button. Only takes a few seconds out of your life and it's free. So just wee things like that go a long way, lads. Look for Scythe. Do you drink beer or anything? No. Unfortunately, for anyone who is into beer, you're not going to get any super beer review from me, as Aberdeen have a chance there in the 31st minute. Header from Hoban straight into the hands of the Sporting keeper. I'm on the Strawberry and Kiwi MacB, so that's that. If you're interested in what type of stuff I'm on, it's certainly not beer. I've never really been into that type of thing, but Fernando Lima coming back there saying, sorry mate, forgot to mention I live in the UK for 22 years now, based in London, but moving to Inverness hopefully soon. Decent stuff. I wouldn't say Inverness is going to be the warmest place for you to come and live, but certainly it's going to be a scenic view anyway. There's definitely warmer places in Scotland to move to. I wouldn't say Inverness is going to be the most pleasing place to live in terms of the heat and warmth. I must be around about still 3 minutes behind you guys, because thinking about it, I started at 10:02. It's 45 minutes and I'm in the 32nd minute, so this game should be at the 35th minute, but it's at 32 and a half, so I'm probably behind the general updates. But anyway, I can see that my webcam has come back. It's fighting fit again, so there is that. and we have 60 people in the stream. So as I said before, lads, only just said it, but however, we'll try and get to 40 likes now. So 11 more of yous, if you could just hit that wee like button. There's obviously more folk in this stream than there is that have actually hit the like button or the dislike button, to be fair. So if we can get to something like, 40 likes, that'd be decent for the now, and we can keep having targets throughout the night to try and hit. Lewis Adam on the Stella. See, it's the type of thing that, like, drinking, I've kind of always been wanting to get into it at some point, at least the odd one or two every now and then. But I don't know what one to go for. I genuinely don't know what one I really like. I'm not like against dark fruits, for example, but I know that gets kind of like a reputation of being, I don't know, it's just got a wee bit of a funny reputation. It's not like a drink. It's kind of like the one that's known for being young and not really knowing much about what to drink and stuff. It's certainly not like your Stellas and Guinnesses and stuff like that. So if anyone can give me any kind of suggestions to what drink is best, then go for it. How's the match going? Is Sporting the better club in the match? I would definitely say that Sporting have dominated kind of proceedings overall, as they pump the ball forward here, but it goes straight back to the Aberdeen goalie. Obviously, Sporting are 1-0 ahead. They are kind of playing far better in the game than Aberdeen at the moment. There's been a couple of chances here and there for Aberdeen, but not a hell of a lot of pure quality. So that's that. It's still 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. And we are, on my stream anyway, 11 minutes away from half time. I believe it's probably around 8 minutes though. So that's that. Good to know that my webcam's been fine since John Mitchell's come into the stream. That's good stuff. He's not recommending the Stella for me to drink, so there is that. Drink some dragon soup, mate. You'll be buzzing all night. I've heard bad things about dragon soup as well in terms of its reputation, so I think I might stick away for that. I'm a Sporting fan from Portugal, no image from the game. Unfortunately, I can't put the game actually on screen because obviously copyright issues. I do run a sustainable YouTube channel here, so I can't be putting on the actual game on the screen because I would be getting taken down from YouTube straight away. As Aberdeen actually had a chance there, they had a ball swung in for the right hand side, and someone went to attack it, but ultimately missed the ball. Footballer HD, if you ever come to Dens again, I'll buy you a pint of tenants, my friend. Buy a wee pint of parts. Brilliant. Let's hope the latter part of your message isn't going to happen, but you can certainly do the first part. So there's that. Lewis Adam, get a Stella pull. Pull? What do you mean by pull? I'm not aware of that term. Someone's just saying goal 2-0. Let's have a look at the live updates on the good old BBC Sport. BBC Sport, I mean. We'll wait for that update to come through and I'll change the score on this. But if it is 2-0, then it probably looks like the game's going away for Aberdeen. Unfortunately. Because obviously, as Scottish football fans, we're looking for Scottish teams to be doing well. But ultimately, sometimes we can't get what we want all the time. Not going to lie, I'm a wee bit raging. I can't complete my promise of Renfrewshire Derby tickets. That is a bit gutting, to be fair. Hopefully, we can get to one. Maybe I don't know, next season. Even though our season hasn't even started yet, Montenegro. Goal, lol. Well, even BBC Sport hasn't updated it yet. So even if I'm behind, nothing's happened yet. So, like, in terms of my updates anyway, as you can see there, still 1-0 at Sporting Lisbon. So, I can't go from anything else than just what I'm seeing. Mike Gaming HD, thoughts on hashtag United going through in the FA Cup? Well, I done a stream for it the other night. It was a good wee stream. It did get a couple of criticisms because we didn't really talk a hell of a lot about the game itself, but it wasn't the most exciting game, if I'm being quite honest. It was just one of those that, it was just one of those games that just petered along, and there was 2 goals in it in the 90 minutes, and then it went to extra time and then penalties. But obviously, #United going through is massive for a club like theirs, who are looking to build up or continue to build their reputation in the kind of world of football. They're obviously quite low down in the pyramid still, but they've had a promotion and then should have got promoted last season if Corona didn't happen, etc. So and it's good for them to get the win, and good for the kind of YouTube scene as well to get that kind of credit. Brooke Stewart, where's Aberdeen playing at? They're playing against Sporting Lisbon in Portugal, and it's currently 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. And as far as the Aberdeen Twitter's gone, it is still 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. So whoever, tin you, you're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar, you're a cheat, a scum, waste of time. If that was what Andy Tate for the United fan cam said. Have the live streams boosted your morale about your YouTube now? They seem to be doing your channel the world good in terms of views. Definitely. I'm so glad that I've got something like that, because I was really struggling at one point in terms of the mental side of doing YouTube and stuff, but the live streams have definitely kicked it back into gear. So I'm glad that I'm able to bring this kind of stuff to you. But we're back. I had to shout Jen through there, the charger, before it cuts out. Appy, sorry, can't show you the game. Copyright reasons, simple as that. I'm sorry, but I'll try and do my best to bring you updates and coverage as and when it comes. Just plug it in back then.
Yeah, I don't.
Not really. I've not really watched all day. I agree, John Mitchell. The hashtag game was a bit boring, and that's why I did feel a bit hard done by when I was getting a bit of criticism about not talking about it too much during the actual game, because there really wasn't much to talk about. But it is what it is. Sometimes football games are just like that. Tilt the screen a bit down, please. That's it. Thank you.
Is it yours?
So we love hot. One day you will become a thug dad. Brilliant. 1885 dad. That's what I'll be named. When I become that, I can rename my channel 1885 dad. Become a family channel with vlogs of my kids. I really enjoyed those car videos. Are they ever coming back? They will do. It's simply just the case that I've not really had much of a reason to film a car video recently. That's kind of all it is. So that's that. They will come back. I enjoy making them as well. It's good to just sit with the GoPro in the car and just be able to just sit and talk. So they will come back to the channel eventually. Maybe when it comes to a bit more travel stuff that I can maybe get around to doing, I'll maybe do that. If anyone wants to see a dog on the screen, here. Here we are. 1885 dog. Brilliant stuff. So you rascal. Look at the size of it, though. She's tiny. Anyway. We'll leave her be. Leon Winterton in the stream. Hello. I mean, the quality of my webcams went down again, but hey ho, we move on. Long time no see. I mean, it is. It's literally been over a year since I've pretty much seen you. I've maybe seen you at the Hibs game, to be fair, unless you're sitting in a different stand, but it's definitely going to be way over a year until I ever see you. So, unfortunately, this is the closest contact we're going to get. Are you planning on having kids? Obviously, at some point, I'd be crucified if I didn't want kids. So they will happen at some point. How did the birthday weekend go? Take it a screen now. To be fair, me and Jenny do quite a lot of saving in terms of money and stuff. We've both got jobs, so we try and save as much as we can so that we can go and do nice things like that. So it wasn't too bad, but it has been a lot of spending recently. Presents for birthdays, etc. Not just Jenny's, to be fair, but it did take a wee bit out of the bank account. What happened to the football content awards? I actually don't know. It's a bit frustrating at the moment because obviously it doesn't, in my opinion, look like the football content awards will go ahead. You wouldn't think they will, just because of the circumstances and the fact that we can't get any events going anywhere. But I just need to wait and hear for the football content awards themselves on what they think is going to happen with their event. I would imagine they might still do it in a live stream format, so I can still be there in a way. But hopefully something will come about of it. I would hate to completely miss it on the event because it may be the only time that I get to go to an event like that. But hey ho, it is how it is. Everyone's living in this world at the moment, and it's very difficult for everybody. You should do these live streams for the Saturday 3 o'clock. I'm planning to do one this Saturday, although it's not going to be for a Premiership game in Scotland. It's going to be for Dunfermline's pre-season friendly against East Fife. Whether or not that's going to be bringing as much viewers, I obviously need to watch a Dunfermline game if it's on and it's available to me. It's only £3 on East Fife's live stream, so I'll be sitting watching that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the webcam will be able to deal with it because it's really not performing well at this point in time. But so Saturday it will be a stream for East Fife versus Dunfermline. What's it like having a house to yourself? Must be very cash consuming. It isn't. Like, as I said, if you do a decent amount of saving and you didn't go crazy on spending money, then you can get the stuff you want in life. Like, you can ensure that you at least get the kind of necessities that you need. Like, we've saved enough money up now that we know we can feasibly get a dog and afford it, along with paying rent to a house, paying all the bills and stuff. So, it's cash consuming. Like, there's no way about that. It's obviously far more going to eat into the bank account than stuff like living with your mum is going to, even if you do pay a wee bit of digs towards living in a house with your mum and stuff. Rent and stuff is always going to be dearer, but we do it fine. I mean, we get by every month, and having full-time jobs obviously helps as well. But cheers for asking that. Quite a good question, to be fair. Really kind of different. It's half time in the Sporting Lisbon versus Aberdeen game, and obviously it's still 1-0 to Aberdeen, 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. I would say it's kind of been a bit of a to and fro half. Maybe Sporting Lisbon having a bit more of possession and more dominance in the game. Obviously, they've got that 1-goal lead. Aberdeen are still in it when it's 1-0. There's no doubt about that. But ultimately, I think they're probably going to come up a cropper on this one. I want them to go through, but I don't know if I can see it personally. Sporting Lisbon are a good team. I've said this many a time in the stream so far, and I just think that overall, I think in this game, Sporting will come out on top. How's the Dons playing, lad? They're playing well enough, anyway. As I said, Sporting are probably the more dominant side, but Aberdeen they're not being pushovers in the game, but ultimately, as I said, Sporting are just proving that wee bit better quality on the ball and creating more chances overall as well. How can you watch the Aberdeen game live? Well, me myself, I've managed to get it somewhere online. It wasn't really working for me earlier, so I had to just go and try and find something online. It is just another stream, so I can't exactly remember how I found it. So you just try and find one in your own manner. Don't promote illegal streaming, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to do it. Who do you think will win the Scottish Championship? There's going to be a predictions video out on my channel for the Scottish Championship in the next week, but I've said it many a time that I think Hearts will go on to win the championship. I don't think there's much doubt about that, but that's who I think will go on to win the championship this season. Had your 21st car lesson yesterday, but I still think you need a few more lessons to be test ready. You said in the last stream you were going for a lesson soon. Good luck to you. It's good that you're that far into it and you've obviously kept it going and stuff. As I said in the previous stream, if you don't feel like you're test ready for driving and stuff, then don't go for a test, because it does cost money and it's not worth spending your money on if you don't feel yourself that you're ready. You need to be confident. Is the Aberdeen game on telly? Nope. It's on streaming platforms of your own choosing, which John Mitchell has suggested one there. I won't say it out loud myself. But no, it's not actually on telly, proper telly anyway. Dundee United for Europe. Nah, I wouldn't go that far in terms of Dundee United. I think they'll most likely end up finishing around about maybe a top 6-ish place, but I think that's the highest they'll go this season. I predict them to finish about 8th in the Scottish Premiership. I think that's roughly where they'll end up finishing. But for any new people that are joining the stream right now, it's currently half time in the Sporting Lisbon v Aberdeen Europa League game, and it's 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. Ultimately, Sporting Lisbon just shown that wee bit better quality, got their goal, and they've kind of overall dominated the game since then. Aberdeen a few wee chances here and there, but nothing that concrete really. They're shown a couple of Aberdeen highlights here, and they're not really two clear-cut opportunities. One's rolling at the goalkeeper's hands, etc. It's no clear-cut stuff. Whereas Sporting Lisbon have had a few chances and kind of got the ball into the box a bit more. Shot dragged wide there, for example, an actual shot on goal, for example. You know, it's just stuff like that that Sporting have been a wee bit better than Aberdeen on. Who am I supporting in this game? It's going to be Aberdeen, to be fair. Like, no supporting, but wanting to win. Obviously, for the fact they're a Scottish team, and you want Scottish teams to do well in Europe if you're from Scotland, or I at least hope you would. So it's definitely Aberdeen that I'm rooting for in this game. I'm so sad that the webcam is like so bad. It really is, like, oh, it's hurting me. It's affecting the stream number it's like affecting how many people are watching the stream as well. There's only like 48 folk watching. And it's not bad, 48 people. Obviously, I'm appreciative of everyone that's in here, but ultimately, I know the webcam's the main issue. Everything else is great. The graphics are there. There's no reason why the stream shouldn't be kind of doing really well. But ultimately, folk aren't going to want to sit and watch a webcam that looks like it's coming for a potato, which I promise you it's not. It's coming for a good laptop. But anyway, we need to move on. Oh, aye. Sorry, look, I'll get to that comment now. Starting the driving lessons, getting the hang of it around quiet areas in Glasgow. Scared going on the busy roads though. What's some advice, mate, and how you finding your driving? I think I've gotten the best kind of, like, I got the rub of the green in terms of when I was doing driving lessons. Like, I live in an area where it's quite quiet and stuff. Whereas you in Glasgow and like other people I know that have to start lessons in Edinburgh and stuff, far more busy, and not the most ideal place to be learning to drive, especially because like outside of the wee side streets and stuff, it is obviously a much busier place to be. But ultimately, my advice would be just to ensure that you're getting the right advice for your driving instructor, because that's the main thing. Obviously, you just need to make sure that you're getting everything you need from them, because ultimately they're the people that are going to be teaching you everything you need to know. And if they're not teaching you everything you need to know, you're not going to get a valuable time for your money. You know what I mean? So that would be the main advice, and just be confident on the road. If you know you can do things, don't hesitate. Make sure that you're just doing everything with confidence, because if you don't, then that's when mistakes will start to slip in, especially in busier places like you're driving in, like Glasgow and stuff. So I'm saying I got the rub of the green in that sense, that I'm driving in a quieter area. But I'm now starting to go into a lot of motorways and stuff to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So just build up the confidence and you'll be good. Did anyone play Conkers when you were kids? 1848 was the first scored a game of Conkers in the Isle of Wight. You're doing a grand job, mate. Cheers, cheers for the last part of your comment. In terms of conkers, no. Through there. There's a bit of reality, lads. She almost done a piss on the floor. The new dog almost done a piss on the floor. So we'll have to just alleviate the stream for the now, and I'll be back in 2 minutes once I take her through to the living room. On you. Come on. Back through. Right, apologies about that, lads. We are back. The dog is through the living room now and cannot attempt to do its business on the floor. The struggles of adult life, the struggles. Once you've mastered the clutch, you can do anything and check your mirrors regularly. There's good advice for Dale Henderson as well. The clutch is a massive thing, to be fair, because even Jenny, for example, right, my fiance that you've seen earlier in the stream if you were here, she's been driving for just over 2 years, and she is now just got a new car. She had her first car for 2 years, and it basically packed in. So she got a new car for her birthday, and now she's going out in that car. She needs to get used to a new clutch because clutches are different in different cars, and getting the biting point and stuff like that. When you raise your foot to get to the biting point and then use enough gas and stuff like that, and enough acceleration. So it's stuff like that that you just need to master. And once you've done that, like you're almost sorted. And as he's saying, check your mirrors regularly. Because obviously you need to watch it for other drivers on the road as well as be good yourself. Because sometimes, there's lunatics out there on the road sometimes. So just watch out for that stuff. But very good comment there for Dale Henderson. Very good advice. But my webcam seems to have come back, so great news. We are still heading for the 40 like mark, so if you could hit that 40 like mark for me, lads, that would be fantastic before the webcam decides to drop out again. But cheers for being here. There isn't a hell of a lot of people watching this stream tonight just yet. We've certainly not peaked anywhere near the numbers that we have in the last few streams, but I think that might mainly be because obviously I'm behind a bit on my own stream watching the game, mixed in with the webcam quality, stuff like that. So if we can get to 50 likes tonight, then I'll be happy. Because I know that you won't have put up with the best quality stream, and unfortunately I will try and fix it in future streams, but I don't know if there's very much that I can do. Apart from just stop streaming completely, and I enjoy streaming, so that's not really an option for me anyway. He's away for a quick game of conkers. I won. I won the game. It's Stuart. Planning on leaving school to go to college after Christmas. Struggle with mental health issues and haven't been in school for weeks, so it could be best for me to have a fresh start. Definitely. If you're looking for a kind of better mental health state in your life, I would definitely try and start something new and get something new in your life to kind of boost yourself a bit. I've obviously done that with this streaming stuff. It's helps me be able to have a place to come and chat, even if my stream has been a bit dodgy and all that caper. It's good to just come and have a chat, and ultimately I've not come and done ones on YouTube yet where it's just sit and chat, and ultimately this is becoming a bit of a sit and chat type stream. But it is good to kind of have that difference in your life. So I would highly recommend that if you want a fresh kind of thing in your life, then go to college. If you're not enjoying other things in your life, education wise. Hi Ben, I've been watching since 100 subs days. What a great channel. Really? Credit to you if you've been watching for that long, because that's a long time. It's been years. But credit to you if that's the case. Cheers for that. Do most folk in Inverness support Calais or Ross County, or do they prefer the big two in Glasgow? There's obviously elements around the full of Scotland that support the Glasgow teams, that being Celtic and Rangers, obviously, just because they're the two biggest sides and most successful sides in Scotland, and they probably always will be, and pretty much always have been in the last 20 to 30 years. I would say in Inverness it's probably a good mix. I think Ross County overall have a bigger fan base, so maybe that kind of half answers your question. But Inverness are pretty well supported for the area as well. It could be better, obviously. They don't fill their stadium, but they've got a decent enough fan base for the level they play at. And but it could always be better. Obviously, as I said, there's always an element in every place in Scotland that's got Rangers and Celtic supporters. I walk about Clipmaranshire, and there's loads of people with Rangers and Celtic tops on. It's a bit disheartening to see sometimes because you've got Alloa playing just in the road, but it just happens in Scotland. That's just how it is with us. Take a look at the fixtures I commented for you for Saturday's friendly. Where was your comment, Mike? If you could comment it again, because I think I might have lost your comment. If you could comment it again, I will catch that next time. College is much better than school. Agreed. I do agree with that one. Definitely. Stuart, back again. I got an A in that 5 sport and fitness, so that would be good for what I want to go for. I mean, if you've got ambitions to do that type of thing, then sure, go for it. I didn't really the achievements I got in school didn't actually really align with what job I've ended up getting. Like, I had admin. That's the only transferable, direct skill. English, obviously, and a wee bit of maths. But, admin was the only real transferable skill straight from high school into then, obviously, college where I did media, and then into digital marketing as a job. That's my job, if you didn't know. I do digital marketing for a gardening company, which is basically listing products online, writing about them descriptively and stuff, and that's my job. So sometimes the stuff you get in school isn't directly transferable to what you end up doing in a future career, but if you do obviously have ambitions to go and do a career and you keep that ambition going, then sure, go for it. And there he is, Hammy, once again. This guy has donated a good amount to these streams, and he's here all the time. So now we've made a total of £9 on this stream so far. So cheers to the lads for that. I really appreciate it. My webcam seems to have kind of stayed for quite a while. Now, knowing that I say that, it'll probably go down a bit. But cheers to Hammy once again. He was just streaming himself. He streamed for the Tottenham game, so hopefully that went well for you. I saw you were 2-1 up at one point. And I'm glad you've hit 550 subscribers. We were aiming for that on the other night when he was on stream, but we didn't manage to hit it. But cheers for the £5, man. And as I said, cheers for the good... what am I trying to say? Congrats on hitting 550 subscribers. First memory of football that I can remember. See, the first memory of football, right? Not being at the football, but of football, was definitely playing my PSP, but not playing it. I had the kind of discs that you'd be able to watch, kind of DVDs at that time, but they were made into PSP form, so you could put them in your PSP and watch them. And I was watching the 2006 FIFA World Cup highlights, I suppose, or whatever they made back then for that tournament. And I remember watching Philip Lamb's goal. I believe that was the first goal of that tournament. That's my first footballing memory. Seeing Philip Lam score for Germany, I think the first goal of the 2006 World Cup. My first memory of actual football. First game I went to was in 2010, so it was even 4 years after that World Cup took place. Believe it or not. My first memory of going to football was possibly a game away at Morton in the 2010 season. I do believe the season we won the league, perhaps. My dad can probably confirm that. I think it was that season. But that was my first memory of football. Going to Capello and watching Dunfermline play Greenock Morton and Stephen Bell getting injured badly in that game, and it was freezing cold. We were in the main stand at Capello, so as you can imagine, the seats are like that apart, so you've barely got any leg room. And that was my first memory of football. I did not have a nice night at Capello that time. Muzza, support your local, indeed. Although, I mean, there's obviously the argument as well that you can support the team your dad supports, and that is indeed the way I've went down it. So, aye, that support your local or support the team your granddad supports. That's what I'd say. I'm a Celtic fan. I'm a bit older, 30s, and I remember losing Inverness in the Scottish Cup back in 2000. Well, that was the year I was born, so definitely a bit older than myself. 10 years, pretty much. Mike said this is the games for Saturday. Arbroath Forfar, Hearts Partick, Airsby Kunas, Southmont, Shrewsbury Brecon. The game that I'm going to be streaming on Saturday is indeed East Fife versus Dunfermline. Of course, it's my own team, so I'll be doing that stream. And then I'll be doing a stream on Sunday because there is going to be a game on the actual telly that I can sit and watch. So I believe that's Motherwell v Rangers. So I'll be looking forward to that one also. My dad, in confirming there, yes, November 2010 was that game that I talked about my first experience at football. So cheers for the confirmation there, fella. Hammy finished D1 Tottenham. Good result for Tottenham. Obviously, they need to get through these games. Clubs like Tottenham needs to be getting to the actual Europa League. So that's a good result for them tonight. Have you got any advice against subscribers? I'm at 90 and my goal is 100. Well, Muzza with 3 videos. Let's try and get them to 100 subs. Now, it may not be doable, but we can try. We'll try and get you at least maybe 3 or 4 tonight. But in terms of my advice, keep consistent with your uploads. Make sure that you're enjoying the content you're making, and just keep doing what you love doing in terms of making videos, because that's really the only way that you're going to be coming across on camera is actually enjoying making the content. Like, I'm sure it's coming across here that I'm relatively enjoying chatting to you guys and getting involved in the chat and stuff. So if you keep that kind of stuff up, then you should hit a goal of that type, like the one you're aiming for there. You should be able to gain over a period of time anyway. It's not going to happen overnight, unless you obviously get a well established video. Like, for example, last year I got the Dundee Derby video that really kind of rocketed my channel for basically overnight. So there is that caveat to it, but if you just keep consistent and enjoy the content you're making, then you will grow over the period of time. Score prediction, well, I'm currently in the 50th minute and it's still 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. I will say that it'll end 2-0 to Sporting Lisbon. Unfortunately for Aberdeen, even though I want them to come back and win, I don't see it. I think Sporting will kind of just see it at the game and maybe get one more goal and that'll be that. But hopefully Aberdeen can come back into it, maybe make it 1-1 and take it to extra time and penalties. Who knows? It'll certainly be a late night if it goes to as far as penalties. Do you remember the Aberdeen boy Ryan Goldie transferred to the United Sporting Lisbon? They called him Scottish Messi. Where is he now? He is still in Portugal. He's not playing for Sporting Lisbon. He's playing for Firenze. Unless he was on loan from Sporting Lisbon. But he was certainly playing for Firenze last season in the second division. And they got promoted, I do believe, and he won Player of the Season in the second division of Portugal. So he's done well for himself. He's still only 24. He's younger than the majority of the Scotland squad currently. So he's still got that time to develop and become a Scotland national call-up in the next few years if he can continue to do well in Portugal or wherever he comes to play. So he has done well for himself. He's not just kind of flopped and fallen out of the game pretty much. Muzzle with 3 videos. My first game was Hibs 0, Greenock Morton 3. My second game was Dundee United 0, Hibs 0. The Conrad Logan semi-final was my first ever game. Was the cup final in 2016. Good stuff, obviously very memorable time to be a Hibs fan. That the cup semi-final and then the final. Well, yet the final because that was obviously a massive day in Hibs history of the entire club. Obviously, 114 years was it in waiting to win the Scottish Cup. I'm 18 in 3 months. Can't wait to get a DFC tattoo. By the way, do you have a Dunfermline tattoo? Not a specific Dunfermline tattoo, although I do have this one. Show you it here. Try and get the right camera view. As you can see, it's a wee boy walking across the streets, and he has got a Dunfermline kit on with a number 4 to represent Norrie McCarthy. So that's my kind of ode to Dunfermline as a tattoo. Now, hopefully, I'm doing all this in my webcam. Oh, it is in good focus. Now you may not have actually been able to hear me that well. I should have put my microphone up a little bit closer to myself there, but hopefully you were able to hear me decent enough. Because Rory's just put a comment there saying something about the audio being a bit different. It should be better now that I'm closer to it. It was maybe just because I was up there. But the audio is a bit different tonight. I've got a microphone on the go. Let me know what it is like, because I don't actually know myself. I just know that obviously I'm getting heard because people are interacting in the comments. So if we could all do it Stuart a favour and get him to 450 subs, that'd be great. There's 43 of us in the stream. He's only 12 away, so it only takes 12 of you lot to go and subscribe to him, and he will be on at 450 subs, and that'd be a good wee thing, good wee deed to do for today. And you can say that you've done your bit. So Rory, give us a wee kind of update on the audio, what it's like on your end and stuff. Footballer HD saying that it's perfect, so that's brilliant. The only reason why I went with this microphone instead of just doing it through the normal computer mic is simply down to the fact that sometimes like the computer mic will just cut out for a wee bit. So I'm basically just trying to get the best quality I can, and ultimately the webcam is a bit failing me tonight, so we'll just need to hope that that can pull itself together at some point. Audio's great. Cheers, Muzza. Cheers for the update. So I'm glad that at least the majority of the stream is performing well. Been around for an hour and a half. The webcam's been kind of in and out, but the audio seems to have been brilliant throughout, and the graphics are obviously there to add a bit more visual appeal to it. Because if my webcam was being dodgy and I didn't have any graphics, I'd feel terrible right now. Sorry, Ben, the quality is good, but on the Motherwell stream it was a bit clearer. I'll message Jenny and ask her to screen record a bit of it, and then she can come through and play it to me. So let's do that then now. Go and screen record a bit of my stream so I can hear the audio. What are you up to this weekend, mate? I'll be streaming twice. Once on Saturday for the East Fife Dunfermline game, and then Motherwell v Rangers at around 12 o'clock-ish. I'll try and fit in other stuff around that time. Obviously, I've got the dog to look after, so there will be that alongside that. Jenny's away to work, so the dog will be good chance for Sporting Lisbon there. The dog will be one of my main priorities at the weekend, so I will need to kind of sit and watch it whilst I'm on stream. Hopefully there'll be no funny business from it during the stream at least. But that's basically my weekend. I kind of need to stick around in the house now just to settle the dog in and stuff, so that's me. Stephen Kingsley on trial at Falkirk. Why would he need to go on trial though? Because he was there before and he's played at a high level. It'd be a good signing, no doubt, but surely he doesn't need to be on trial because he was an ex-Falkirk youth player. Surely you just sign him. Anyway. Not try to cause it. No, you're not causing any problems. I just want to find out. Because I've not heard the audio myself from another source. But Jenny just sent me a video so I can find it now. I'll try and fit in other stuff around that time. Obviously, I've got the Dark to look after, so there will be that alongside that. Aye, sounds relatively good. I've obviously just seen that the webcam is not the greatest. It is really disheartening, that, man. It's so disheartening. As I said, it is kind of affecting the likes and people watching and stuff. But it's just one of these things. At least we're still getting the updates, and I'm still here having a good chat with you. Hammy's in there with our comments saying Osmond Sohn, Charlotte Dundee. Obviously, you've just come into the stream, but we did kind of chat about it earlier in the stream. It's an interesting one that I wouldn't be too confident that if I was a Dundee fan that he's going to be any good if he joins yous. I can't see him really joining, but hey ho. Legends, guys, cheers. I get it, Stuart, to what was it? 450 subscribers, was it? If we can get him to that, that'll be good. And also Muzzle with 3M videos. He was wanting to get to 100. So let's try and get those guys both to hit their targets. It's Stuart and Muzzle with 3M videos. I've heard about this one actually. It's Sam Ramsbottom, a good keeper. He's also in trial at Falkirk. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't rate him as highly as other keepers. I mean, he's been released to Morton. You know, like he's not going to be that good. So no, I wouldn't say he's that great. And if he joins Falkirk and is your starting goalkeeper, I don't know who else is at Falkirk to be the goalkeeper. But if he's your starting goalkeeper, I wouldn't be too confident in him specifically. But anyway. What would you reckon to do after school, uni or apprenticeship? Still deciding what to do. Do you mean after school as in after college? Because if it's just after high school, I'd recommend college. But if college isn't really an option for you or you're already in college, I'd recommend an apprenticeship. Obviously, jobs are a bit harder to come by in this current market just because of coronavirus and stuff. But I would recommend apprenticeships. I've enjoyed my apprenticeship. It is tough work at times. Like it's not just doing the job. You do need to do units on the side of it, along with the job you're doing. So I'm doing digital marketing. So I'm doing units for QA, who are the training provider that I'm doing it through. So I'm doing units based on digital marketing stuff, for them on the side of it. So that is I would recommend an apprenticeship, but as long as you're going into the field that you want to be in, like if you want to be a builder and you want to go and do an apprenticeship for on a construction site or something, then go for that. But you will need to do units on the side of it. So be sure that you're going into the right career path that you are more passionate about, because the apprenticeship stuff itself is a lot of paperwork kind of stuff and writing about things and stuff like that. So be sure that you're in the right career, because the other stuff might not be as enjoyable. That's what I'd recommend. Lewis has been here the whole stream. Well, you've put up with a lot of kind of part moaning for myself and quality issues and stuff, so cheers for that, man. I really do appreciate that. Football, don't bring yourself down, mate. Stream quality doesn't matter, just enjoying chatting and discussing football. I mean, great. If that's ultimately what some of you just want to be here for, then great. Because ultimately, like, I enjoy doing that side of it just as much as actually being face to face on the screen. If you are just kind of enjoying the whole chat about football, then that's great. What's the best thing to do at the Blackpool FC Stadium? I'm going there tomorrow. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, best thing to do at the Aberdeen on an attack. The bar. Best thing to do at the Blackpool FC Stadium. I mean, they've obviously got the obvious attractions around it, but are they open as much now? Maybe. They've obviously got the pier and stuff around the stadium. It's literally 5 minutes away from the stadium. They've got indoor amusements like what's it called? Well, you've got the Blackpool Tower. You've got the Sea Life kind of place where you can go in and see different creatures and stuff like that. The Blackpool Stadium itself, it's got a decent wee shop. I don't know if it'll be open. And I don't know if they're doing stadium tours, for example. So there is options, especially in Blackpool, because it is a kind of tourist place. So there is a couple of different things you can do out with the stadium. But would you take him out to Dunfermline if money wasn't involved? Can you confirm who we're talking about here? I don't know what player you're actually meaning. Oh, Osman So, I think you mean. No. Simple no. Cheers for sending me the audio thing, Rory, on Instagram. I will view that in just a second. Morton Echo, there's a direct insight into Ramsbottom as a goalkeeper. Morton fans saying that he's a dodgy keeper. So if you want any good advice, there it is. Good to see we've hit 50 likes though. Hammy HD confirming we're on 52 likes on the stream. So good to see that. Still 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon. And Callum Wilson saying that Jordan Much, I believe that's his name. Is it Jordan Much? No, that's another player. Robbie Much. His first choice all day for Falkirk. As I said, if Ramsbottom isn't your first choice, that should probably be better for you because I don't rate Ramsbottom at all. Hibs need to keep Fraser Murray. I can see him making the breakthrough this season. I think he'd maybe benefit more from a loan though. Like, you've got good players at Hibs, and I just don't think that whilst he might make a bit of a breakthrough, I don't think he'll play as much games as he will out on loan to a club like us, who will most likely be able to give him more regular game time. So I'd probably say he's better going out on loan. Maybe a bit selfish for myself because he's coming on loan to our team, my team, but you should check out the Hertha Berlin home top. It's quality, so is the away. I will look at that in just a minute. In fact, I'll look at it right now. Why not? Why on earth not? Hertha Berlin home kit. Let's have a look at this. I'm assuming it's obviously going to be blue. 2021 home and away kit. So, the home kit is a nice blue and white stripe number. You can see that there. That is the home kit of Hertha Berlin. And the away kit is just next to that. It's a kind of camouflagey number by the looks of things. There's that one there. Black and blue camo. They are quite nice, to be honest. I wouldn't maybe buy them myself, but I can see the visual appeal in them. They're not disgusting at all, and good kits that. And there is a literal review on Sam Ramsbottom, so if you wanted convincing that he's a good goalie, you're not going to get it here. Exactly what you said. I'm not here, not interested in this game, but just here to support your stream and have a chat about football. Cheers, man. I mean, maybe everyone isn't in here to watch the game, but maybe it's just because it's kind of content for myself, and I appreciate that. That's just as good support as any for the channel, to be fair, and that's probably even better than being here for the game, to be fair, because it shows true commitment to the channel and to just supporting everything I'm doing. So cheers for that, and obviously to yourself specifically, again, cheers for the £5 donation you sent in earlier. I really do appreciate it. You sad Joe Cardle isn't back to the Pars. Aye. I mean, it's one of those ones. He's one of my favourite players from my period supporting Dunfermline. I'm always going to want him back at the club at some point, but he's staying at Partick. He's going to get more game time at a team like Partick, so I can see why he's extended his stay there rather than move on. He's going to be playing at a level that is a good level for Joe Cardle to be playing at. The last time he was there, he scored 15 goals and got about 20 assists, around about that anyway. So it should be good for a Partick standpoint as well to have a player like Joe Cardle to bring off the bench or for the start or whatever. So a comment just up there that I was going to click on. Muzza, back again. Enjoying getting to chat with you guys. Sometimes that's the best kind of content. It is just sometimes just having that place to come and just chat about football and stuff, considering the state we're in life where we can't really sit and chat about football that regularly with people face to face. just a wee stream to come and chat us. Good stuff. Hello to Jay Lawson. He is back once again. He's been here in about every stream. So hello to Jay. Good to see you here once again. Your stream is sound, mate. First time watcher, I've just subbed to you. Well, thanks for putting up with some of the wee kind of quality issues with the webcam. I'm going to keep apologising for it. I don't want to have poor quality stuff. But ultimately, it's just something that I can't really fix at the moment. I don't really know what I can do to fix it. But I appreciate you saying that, you've subbed to the channel. Great. And that, you're enjoying the stream nonetheless. I don't agree with you there, Lewis. I rate Joe Cardle. He's played for Dunfermline, I think, around 200 times. He's won 2 leagues with us, scored a lot of goals, fan favourite. He loves the club, so I rate Joe Cardle. Oh, Morton Echo, happy Dougie Emery Day. This was the day that, I think, what was it? Must have been about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe not even as much as that. In fact, it was ages ago, because it was when Van Dijk was playing for Celtic, so it must have been about maybe 7 or 8 years ago then. Dougie Emery scored, and I 1-0 win for Morton at Celtic Park. What a day to be a Morton fan. Footballer HD, I think Pars will battle Dundee and ICT for second. I mean, as I said it earlier on, I think that'll be the teams that are kind of fighting for those positions, so I don't see that not being the case. I certainly think those will be the type of teams that will be fighting for that second place. It's Stuart, been watching throughout, mate. Keep up the live streams and the content. Just love having a good chat in here, to be honest. Good, you've got your own community now. It is fantastic. It's one of the most enjoyable things about building a YouTube channel, that you can build a community of people that really do appreciate what you do. And it's good stuff. 20k fans at the Super Cup final. Different world, eh? It's a different world for Scotland. I'm not even allowed in to watch bloody Bonesh United. Scottish baller. Want Dunfermline to come back up. One of the only big teams whose stadium I've not been to and see Celtic win. It's been a lot of years since we've actually even played Celtic. I think the last time we played Celtic at Dunfermline was when we were in the Premier League in the 2011-12 season. So coming up 10 years. We played Celtic obviously last season at Celtic Park, and using it coming out 2-1 victors in the League Cup that day. But in terms of East End Park, it's been a long time. Full time 2-0. I don't know what game you are updating us with there. Maybe it certainly can't be the Aberdeen game, because it's nowhere near finished yet. So I don't know what game you're updating us on there, but whatever game it is, fair enough. I am still watching the game. It is still on. There just hasn't been a lot happening. It's been far more a possession based game than anything else. It's just stayed 1-0 to Sporting. There's not been a hell of a lot of clear cut chances in the game. It's just a case of kind of knocking the ball about and trying to make chances, but they're not really getting to actually create the chances. They're kind of in and about the box, but not really getting in the box to have a shot or anything. So it's not really one that I can sit and commentate a hell of a lot on, unfortunately. I'm enjoying the random chat in. I hope you go from strength to strength. Cheers, Colin. That's a fantastic type of support that I'm always looking for. And to anyone that's new in the stream, there has been a couple of wee donations into the stream tonight. And it would be really nice to see just kind of that other side of the commitment. If you've got any spare change going, then there is the donation button. Should be just below the chat that you can send in, and send in some money if you fancy it. I'm not going to force you, but if you do fancy it. I'm trying to look for a comment from Look for Scythe, but I can't see it. Because the last comment I can see from you, Luke, is about Joe Cardle. So I don't think your last comment's sent. But anyway, we move. Please can I do an interview with you about football and your experience as a YouTuber for my channel? Some point, indeed. Obviously it'll need to be based around work 8 till 5 every day, so it's no a case of availability all the time. It'll need to be a night where I'm not streaming as well, so we can try and work something out. If you follow me on social media, then you can get in contact with me maybe on Instagram or something. 1885Ben is my Instagram handle. If you've got Instagram, you can contact me on there. Do you know a football player named Eran Zahavi? He plays for Israel national team, does he know? Do you know? Don't know if it was exactly him that scored against Scotland. Maybe it was. But he certainly played against Scotland, if I'm talking about the right player here. But I do know a player called Erhan Zahavi. But no, I'm actually going to get shouted at my mum because I burnt her pot. Nearly set the house ablaze. Brilliant. Good update. See you in a bit. Hopefully you survive. Josh Donnelly, where do I work? I work as a digital marketing apprentice for a gardening company based in Kilsyth. Good wee company. Obviously, I enjoyed it when I was in the office at the very start of the apprenticeship in like late February and early March. But then we obviously got forced into working from home. But it's been enjoyable. I enjoy my job, so can't really complain. You should go up to Dulwich, meet Joe Cardle. He's doing an academy up there and he's class at the coach, and I went for 2 sessions and improved my skills a lot. I did actually see, I think I saw yourself on Joe Cardle's account because I follow him. He actually messaged me initially to share his content about, because obviously I've got a big following in the Fife area for Dunfermline fans and stuff, so he asked me to share his page about at the start. And he's running a good wee kind of thing up there, and it's good to see him developing youth in and around Fife and stuff. Good to see. But I could easily go up and do that at some point. Probably need to drop him a message to let him know I'm coming and stuff. But it'd certainly be a nice wee video to try and do at some point. Smithy, Ben, I would love that for my channel, basically a podcast. We can get around to doing stuff like that for other people and whatever at some point. Obviously, there's only so much time in the day, and I do need to focus on life and the new dog and Jenny and stuff. So we'll try and figure out stuff as and when it can happen. If your Instagram is that, then just drop me a message. 1885Ben, as I said, and I'll get back to you. What happened to the merch you made? Wanted a Farid LG top. They're long gone, unfortunately. Those bits of merch. The last bits of merch I had were obviously my own channel merch, but even that was like a year and a half ago now. Maybe not as much as that, but it was a good time ago. But the Farid stuff and all that type of merchandise is a long time ago. I actually made that Farid top around about this time 4 years ago, because I saw today that Dunfermline shared on this day for the 4-3 win against St Mirren at East End Park, and that was the game where I kind of started to think, should I do a Farid top and stuff like that. So there's a bit of insight, a bit of relevant insight. Will more than one goal happen? I think it's only going to be 1-0 at the end of this game, to be honest. I did say I think it'd be 2 at the end of the game. Said at half time, someone asked me my score prediction. I said 2-0 Sporting Lisbon, but there's not really been a hell of a lot of goal mouth action. Oh, saying that, Aberdeen had a chance, but it was offside. Hopefully Dunfermline this season, minimum promotion playoffs. That's it. That's my minimum aim for this season. It has to be that. Maximum, obviously, automatic promotion, but more realistic one is promotion playoffs for us this season. What's your opinions on Jim and investor interview? It was a decent enough interview. They're obviously doing it all for the right reasons. You can tell they're good guys, and I can see why the club have went for those specific guys to invest in the club. But they didn't really say anything that hadn't already been said, to be honest. They'd said the stuff in the brief interview that was on the club's website when it initially got announced. They just kind of went over the fact that they're doing it for reasons like they want a club that's built in the community and stuff. So and they're not going to come in and inject cash straight into it, straight into the club. So it's all good to hear. It's good to actually hear it from them on a video. So it's good content for the club. But in terms of what they actually went on to say, it wasn't too different from stuff I've already heard from them, but good stuff nonetheless. And it looks like it's it's Villa 0, Rangers 4. Good stuff for Rangers. That another dominant performance by them. Obviously, they're just off the back of a 2-2 draw against Hibs, conceding their first goals of the season. But it looks like they're staying strong defensively once again, and they're going to come out massive victors in this game with goals from Tavernier and Kent in the first half, and Hollander and Goldson in the second half. So good stuff from Rangers in Europe. In other Scottish football news, Celtic came through 1-0 winners in their game against Riga earlier on with a 90th minute winner from Mohamed El Younousi. And in the other game that involved a Scottish team in Europe, it was Hapoel Beersheva 3, Motherwell 0. Hapoel went 1-0 up just before half time, and then Motherwell was player sent off with Declan Gallagher. From the resulting penalty, Hapoel Beersheva scored a second, and then they scored their third in the 82nd minute. So Motherwell knocked out of Europe, unfortunately. They've done well enough to get to the third qualifying round, but ultimately they've come up a cropper against Hapoel. And obviously at the moment it is a 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon in Portugal as Aberdeen look to try and push to get an equaliser in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. Hello to Dark Blue Nation. Hello. G Lawson. It was all good. She said she'd buy new ones, so I'm all good. Good to know that you've survived the wrath of Mrs. Lawson. My day has been pretty good, to be fair. Just been working from home. Doug's been keeping me busy. We bundle of fluff. But it's been good. How's your day been? Let's try and get 70 likes for today's stream. There's G Lawson setting a wee target for yous. 12 more likes and we'll get 70. Unfortunately, my wee webcams went down again. We will need to try and figure something out for this. I don't know what, but obviously Smithy's just sent in a message there saying quality is down, mate. Unfortunately, Smithy, I can't do much at all about this. I've got the quality of the YouTube video up as high as it can go, and I've got everything kind of set up as it was in the first stream, and for some reason my webcam is choosing to not do the business at this current moment. So apparently Willem have just scored though in the Rangers game, although BBC hasn't updated it yet, so we will wait and see on that one. Goal disallowed, Hammy says. So no, Rangers have not conceded as of yet. What's your hours for work, mate? 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. So 9-hour shifts every day. Working from home. So really good, to be honest. I was working today on new builds. So what's your job then? Or what do you do? Like, what is a new build? What do you mean? You should get a GoPro, plug it into your laptop computer. Will that work though? Because is it the Wi-Fi that, like, you know how I've got a stream here for the Aberdeen game playing? Is it that's interfering with me streaming at the same time, perhaps? Because it's like I can on StreamYard right now, I'm looking at my stream and it is perfect quality. But then when I go over to the YouTube, it's not. And I'm thinking that's maybe because of the interference between both streams. It does kind of drop in and out of the good quality, bad quality, and at the moment it just happens to be on bad quality. But when I go back over to StreamYard, I'm seeing perfect quality. So it's so annoying. It's just one of these teething problems with technology. Pure Gamer. I seen the new dog on Twitter today, mate. She's so cute. She's the height of shite. She fits in a tiny wee bed, and it's funny, like. But I'm so glad we've got a dog now. Especially when you're working from home, like, mental health's a massive thing when you're working from home, because you're just, especially if you've got someone that's either you're living alone or you've got someone that you live with that is working most of the time or whatever, like Jenny is. It's good to have obviously a companion there to be able to keep you company. Swifty's saying it might be that there are too many screens and it's losing Wi-Fi. I mean, I've got the stream on another laptop at the side, so I could try and turn off my own YouTube stream and see if that makes any difference. So let me know in the next kind of minute or so if the stream picks up at all. Because obviously you're saying that it'll lose Wi-Fi with more screens up and stuff like that. But obviously the main issue is that I've got the stream over there, and I think that's probably where the issue's coming from. Yeah, it's just paused. It's the Wi-Fi, mate. The stream itself is paused. Because that doesn't sound very good. Rory, is there any plans for the future, like being able to make videos in 1080p? Well, that's the issue though. Like the other night, it was 1080p. I don't know what's been the main issue since then, because literally, if you go back and look at the Motherwell stream for midweek, where I was watching it on the BBC website, that seemed to be going quite well, and then it started to not be as good quality when I was watching the #United game the other night, and that was through the same streaming platform as the Motherwell game was. So I'm really not understanding it. Yeah, pause for about 3 seconds, but I don't care. I'm still watching. This is very strange stuff, lads. Like I genuinely don't know what's up with it. It's completely like I just don't get it. It was perfect the other night. It's just something I can't really explain to you. So in terms of that, the plans for the future, making videos 1080p, like as I'm saying, I literally, as I'm looking at it on StreamYard, which is obviously definitely a separate platform from YouTube, I'm streaming to YouTube from StreamYard. On StreamYard, it's like full HD. But when you're watching it, it's not. Thoughts on Kerr McInroy and Fraser Murray? Kerr McInroy, he scored a few goals, scored a few goals in his debut game for Dunfermline. Obviously joined on loan for Celtic. Looks a decent player that's got an eye for goal, so I'm positive about his future this season with us. And Fraser Murray, I hope we can get him signed up on loan for Hibs. He looks a decent player and he scored a very good goal against Dennismuir. Finished 1-0. Well, it's the 84th minute, and I don't think I'm that far behind the Aberdeen game. Like BBC's saying we're in 85 minutes, so I'm not that far behind, to be fair. So it's still 1-0 in the Aberdeen game. There's 5 minutes to go. G Lawson's a bricklayer, so new builds are new houses getting built, and it's a pretty tough job, hard working, but pays really good. So I'm not on pay by. He's on pay by meter. Alright, fair enough. Aye. Sounds good. If that's what you want to be in, then go for it, man. Sounds like a good thing to be involved in. Well, thanks, lads, for hitting 60 likes. It's been a tough one tonight because obviously the stream quality has been largely down, and there is 6 dislikes probably because of that. Just random people kind of coming in and not appreciating the quality of the stream. I don't know what to really do about it. I don't know if another webcam would make any sort of difference. If you do think that, then let me know. Like if you think getting like a wee webcam and having it as a separate camera would maybe make a difference, let me know in the comments. Bye. G Lawson, are you waiting to start the stream? I will be in around 5 or so minutes, because the game is not long from being over, so I will be waiting to start the stream in a bit. Jason Cumming, favourite streamer, I like Thogden /Thogdad for the two English guys. They give Scottish football a good platform. I mean, they do give us a good rap. I'm not going to say everything they say is like the most researched information, because obviously I watch it and I know enough about Scottish football to know probably more than them. But ultimately they are very good at what they do. Very good chance for Aberdeen there. Ryan Hedges should have done better. Should have done better. Scott Wright nicked the ball for the Sporting midfield. Oh, it's like that past the post. Good chance for Aberdeen there to bring it back to 1-1. Listen, Ben, I don't care what your stream quality is. I just like being able to chill and chat with you. I know a lot of people have said that tonight. It's just disheartening because I've been working hard on trying to make the graphics good and stuff. And if I'm getting that on perfect quality and the webcam isn't, like, you can't even see me barely. Like, there's so many frames there that it's so hard. Do you know who's on about, Ben, when I say that there is a guy at the back of the lorry who shouts "never" all the time in the decision? The guy has grey hair. I don't fully know who you're on about now, but I know there's characters in the lorry. There should be no dislikes. Nothing you can do about the quality. I know it's one of those things, man. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do about it, but hopefully they'll in the next night or two, where I'm doing it like a stream on watching one on telly, like on Sunday I'll be watching Motherwell v Rangers on the telly, so hopefully that can benefit the stream massively, because it will just be on the telly and it won't be a stream that I'm having to link up to on another laptop. So hopefully stuff like that will help us out. Your streams are still class. Thank you very much. Where are you? Where is your comment? Nation. Cheers for that. Quality is better now. I know it's just one of those ones that keeps jumping in and out, and I can even see that now when I'm watching the stream. It's kind of like being a bit jumpy and stuff. It's very frustrating. Graphics fixed. I know it'll jump in and out though. It's so bad, man. Mozart back again. Only issue with Theo is they're all SPFL titles. Celtic or Rangers, rating home kit Celtic or Rangers. I know. I mean, that is probably the only thing, but I can see why he's doing that, because he is in the YouTube thing where it's like he's still trying to pull in the big audiences, and he knows that Celtic and Rangers are the biggest audiences. So from his point of view, I can ultimately see why he's doing it. But obviously, like, when you click on the video, they do go into detail of every club. They don't do a kit reaction and good chance Aberdeen there, they've got a corner. They don't leave out like St Johnstone and stuff like that. They do talk about them, but in titles and thumbnails, you need to make them clickable. So I can see why he does that. How long left in the game? There should only be it's just hit the 90th minute for me, so there should only be a few minutes left, to be fair. Aberdeen have a corner. It's floated into the box, and it's cleared by Sporting. Aberdeen try to pile on the pressure here in the last few minutes. They've got the ball out wide. Another cross into the box. It's cleared again by Sporting. Ryan Hedges on the ball. Cross back into the box. Clearance again for Sporting. Now they're on the break. And it's Sporting player running through here. Out wide. Don't know if he's really going to go for goal though. Nah. It's come to nothing, that. Ben, if you haven't a Morton fan on, you know where I am. I didn't know you were willing to come on camera, to be honest, but that's good to know. What would you say is the best Scottish game you've been to in terms of atmosphere? Dundee Derby. And then next is the Celtic Dunfermline game that I was at last year, because it was just scenes when we scored. I'll never forget that. So we're on 63 likes, lads. If we can get it to 70, the stream will be finishing in around about 5 minutes or so. Maybe just shorter than that. So if we can get it to 70 likes, that'll do for tonight. It's been quite poor in terms of the quality of the actual webcam itself. I'm really sorry for those issues, as I've said many a times. But if we can get the stream to 70 likes, then that'll do for tonight. And I appreciate you all being here, especially people that have been here for the vast majority of the stream. I really do appreciate it. So 4 more likes at the moment to get to 70, and that will do for tonight. And here's Dark Blue Nation. Yes, Dundee Derby over Edinburgh, and I would agree with that. I mean, Edinburgh's probably the third in the country, but I'd put Dundee Derby as the second best in terms of atmosphere. Obviously, like, I've actually been to the Edinburgh Derby, so I can make a comment on it. I would say the Dundee Derby had it all, though. Like, maybe the games I went to helped a bit because Dundee United were going for promotion and stuff, but I just think the Dundee Derby had it all. So I 4 more likes, lads. Come on, let's get to 70 just before the stream's about to end. The game is probably hit full time at this very moment. We're in the 92nd minute of time, and it looks like it's going to finish 1-0 with Sporting Lisbon. Pretty decent stuff for Aberdeen. They've come up against a strong enough Sporting Lisbon side tonight and held their own throughout the game, keeping it at 1-0. Ultimately, they'll feel a bit sad that they couldn't have at least got a goal on the board to bring them back into it a bit more, but it wasn't to be for them. And ultimately, it's just Rangers and Celtic left in Europe once again this season. Aberdeen getting knocked out for Sporting Lisbon tonight by the looks of it, and Motherwell getting knocked out earlier tonight against Motherwell after getting defeated 3-0 by Hapoel Beersheva. But there it is, confirmation of the result. 1-0 to Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Aberdeen drop out of Europe, and that will be that. So, lads, the stream is going to be over. Basically now. And I'll leave the full-time bit up there. That's just confirmation that it is indeed full-time. Let's get 3 more likes in the stream just before we end. Get to 70, and then I will be out of your hair for another night, and I'll be back on Saturday with another stream. We'll be back tomorrow on the channel with an SPFL versus SPFL predictions versus subscribers video, but in terms of live streams, we'll be back on Saturday for East Fife versus Dunfermline, and then on Sunday for Motherwell versus Rangers, which should be a good game. So we're aiming for 3 more likes before the stream ends, lads. 40 people still watching, just 3 more people. Come on, let's get a few more in, and we will leave the stream. But once again, thanks for being a part of it, lads, once again. And hopefully we can see you back in the next few games that are coming up on the channel. And there we have it, 70 likes on the stream. So cheers for that, lads. Thanks for putting up with the kind of visual issues on your screen tonight. The graphics have been good, but the webcam not so much. We will try and figure something out, hopefully, in the next few while. But cheers. So thanks to everyone for coming in. Morton Echo, Look for Scythe, Pure Gaming, J Lawson, Dark Blue Nation, and the rest. Hammy HD, I think he's maybe left at this point, but he donated a decent amount of money tonight, so cheers to him as well. And Sam Meek, who also donated as well. Thanks to you lot, and we will see you again on Saturday for a pre-season friendly. Finally, Dunfermline back in action. See you later.